Dallas home for podcasts, live streams, and unfiltered conversations. This is Dallas On Air.
Hey, I want to welcome everyone back to another Tuesday night to the On Your Mark podcast show. Sports, business, community, entertainment, and just the people's show. You say, well, hey, Coach Fly, you're 30 minutes late tonight. Well, guess what? We got special guests, very, very special guests tonight. And you'll see them live on Zoom. Are we connected right now, Angel? We have two very, well, first of all, I'm your host, Coach Fly. Yes, I am here tonight. God has blessed us to be back tonight. And we have two very special guests live Zoom tonight. And we do have, we have someone live all the way from Israel. And then which will be Baron Boyd. And we have Linda Little live from Detroit, Michigan. I don't see them yet. Do everyone see them yet, Angel? Well, there they are. Linda, Baron, there they are, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my guests. Those are my guests tonight. And Linda, can you see Baron? Baron, can you see Linda?
Yeah, I can see her. Pretty.
I can see Byron. Hi, Byron.
Well, he's chiming in live from Israel.
Israel.
Yes,
wow,
he is.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know what? At this time, Linda, introduce yourself once again.
I am Linda Little from Detroit. I'm the CEO of Neighborhood Service Organization, a community-based organization that serves vulnerable populations in metropolitan Detroit. And we have the Don't Touch Me campaign, which is a movement to help prevent child abuse and reform the systems in our state and across this country to protect children.
Okay.
And Byron, introduce yourself.
Oh, well, I'm Byron Boyd, Lincoln High School, 1975. Also a friend of Coach Fly.
Believe
High
that.
School football, track. I'm just the brother that wants to come over there and see you when I get there. That's all.
And listen, ladies and gentlemen, Byron he's living in Israel, but he's from the States. He's from, look at South Dallas, Texas. Yes.
Dirty South. Yeah.
Man, listen, Byron, how long have you been over? First of all, what time is it over in Israel right now, Byron?
That's about 4:35 in the morning.
So, I feel privileged, man, that he's up that time of morning to be on the show.
Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, you heard me say football and track. See, Byron was on one side of the field catching the ball, and I was on the other side. What I'm saying is he played one receiver, and I was the other receiver. So it was a beautiful thing. And I got to play up with those guys. So it's just beautiful, man. And I'll let Byron give his spiel in just a minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got two of them that I feel so privileged to bless the On Your Mark show. And Byron, you'll get to hear what Linda has going on
Right.
and what she's
I want to hear.
reaching out for. And matter of fact, Byron will be here, next week, back in the States. And Linda, he said he'll be catching a flight coming through Detroit.
I'll be in Detroit for a few hours. I got a lot of family in Detroit, so you might know some of my people. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we have to connect on that.
Yeah, I'll send you some names. Maybe you know them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I want to hear what you got to say.
Well, let's get started. But again, I should have my guy. Last week's show was really, really good, man. We had some, and I'm gonna take that X off of last week's show because Anthony London, he should be checked in. I just spoke with him a few moments ago, and he should be chimed in. Y'all see the number is 469-708-8609. Once again, it's 469-708-8609. And Linda, I know she gave us spill 2 weeks ago when she called in. My prayers are out to Linda because her father has been sick. And the last text that she sent me said that he was doing better. Am I correct on that, Linda?
He's doing better. Yes.
He's doing better.
Yes.
And
so I appreciate your prayers and support. Thank you.
So we thought and I didn't know at that time, we thought you was calling in last week. I told the guys on the platform that you would be calling in, but I didn't know until after the show what was going on. And then I want to say also to one of my athletes, man, and the thing about it, it's you never know what's going on with someone, y'all. You just never know what's happening. So you have to keep prayers going. That's all I'm saying. You got to keep the prayers going because there's something always going on with someone. But Linda, bring us up to speed. Bring us up to speed of what's going on with your situation in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, well, we are actively pursuing systemic reform to protect children in Michigan to start with, and then hopefully to scale it across other states in the country. And we did a survey through a political pollist in our state who polls gubernatorial elections, mayoral elections, special ballots. And so we added some questions on their survey around what do Michiganders feel about systemic reform in child abuse, and specifically around requiring training, trauma-informed, age-specific training for anyone involved in investigations of child abuse. That includes Child Protective Services workers, law enforcement, judges, and the like. Believe it or not, that is not a requirement in Michigan today. If you want, you can check your state's laws and statutes to find that in many states, it is not a requirement. It is voluntary. And most people don't voluntarily do that. So you have folks doing these and conducting these investigations and making decisions that impact a child's life forever.
Well, correct me.
And they don't have the requisite training to understand how children respond to trauma.
So these are people that are in place to make decisions, what you're speaking on right now, that do not have the adequate training to make decisions.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And so in our state, 600 people were polled over the course of several days, and 92% were in favor of that. 92%.
So were these people voted in or just nominated in? I mean, they're in position to make decisions.
They are mostly frontline workers. So you got to understand the people doing these investigations are new grads. So the social workers at Child Protective Services are mostly new graduates. They don't have, a lot of experience because of the turnover. This is not a very desirable position. So these are people who have very limited experience, have probably just a bachelor's degree in social work or something similar, not a lot of training in this space. And for law enforcement, to be a police officer, you only need a GED.
What?
In Michigan. Yeah.
That's it.
So these are folks making serious long-term decisions about children.
And people,
the most
and people's livelihoods.
Vulnerable of our society.
So you're saying, no disrespect to the ones that are getting the jobs just coming out of college. So they just finished putting the book down and now are in position to make.
Thrown in the fire.
What'd you say, Byron?
Just threw them in the fire.
Just threw them in the fire. And they're making decisions on real life situations now.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah.
like she said, that's dealing with children is it's work.
It's work.
And it takes understanding person. Like, for instance, here in Israel, I coach children. Each year, I have to go get a police report that I'm not on the list of some kind of pedophiles kind of stuff.
About your background, correct.
Yeah, every year I have to do that because we dealing with children. You're impacting lives and you are creating memories and all of that type of things for children. So you have to be real. You have to be a certain type of person to do that. Everyone doesn't have that type of patience and understanding. So I understand what she's going through.
And I understand
Byron,
exactly what you just said.
Those requirements are in place because people, at a certain point, people said, if you're going to coach our children, our most protected class in society, we need to know that you're not going to harm them.
Exactly.
Well, we have these child abuse investigation cases where that hasn't happened yet. And so my Don't Touch Me campaign, our Don't Touch Me campaign, is really intended to bring that kind of public outcry to tell lawmakers we want the same level of rigor and protection for our children when they are doing the most unthinkable thing, which is saying that somebody hurt them. And 70 to 80% of people who abuse children are family members. So think about a child who's in this unthinkable position to tell somebody they don't know about what's happening to them in their own home environment about somebody they love.
Right.
And then they turn it over to people who are inexperienced, don't understand how children respond to trauma, what their needs are, and have the ability to investigate what is actually happening to that child and understanding the characteristics and traits of perpetrators. Right.
You're talking about Michigan, the big scandal in University of Michigan, Penn State, but these are older children, but they're still children.
Yeah.
Could have been traumatized years ago. People, sometimes they do slip through the cracks, but you still have to have those checks and balances to make sure that it's very hard for that to happen. Okay.
And this is not, I don't believe that people in this field get up every morning with the intent to harm anyone.
Right.
They're just not equipped with the tools and information to make sure that they're doing the best thing for our children.
But they're left to make the decision. They're doing the best
thing that they know how, but it may not be the best thing for the child.
I have a question. A lot of these workers, are they parents? Do they have children?
They may be.
Yeah, but as you're saying, they're youngsters that get in. I have 9 children. I've done all kinds of mistakes with my children, but you have children, you have a better understanding of how to treat other people's children. Because you get youngsters that just come in right out of school, they don't have any children, so they're learning on the fly.
Right.
So they've thrown into the water and they got to swim, and they're going to make mistakes. And really, they haven't even been tested, like you say, to see if they have the fortitude or the mentality to deal with children like that.
But if you haven't experienced a child who has suffered traumatic experiences,
right,
you're still a fish out of water, even if you have children.
Okay.
Because their response is so unique. Most adults expect children to respond to trauma like they do.
And let me ask a question. And they're given a caseload of work at one time to solve. You know what I'm saying? So there's numerous cases of different situations that are placed in their hands, and they have to make decisions with different families accordingly. Am I correct?
That's right.
Another
So
question.
oftentimes what they do is rely on the police to do the investigation. And whatever the police says is what they do.
And that doesn't always make it right.
No, it never makes it right, because each individual segment of that process has protocols, obligations to investigate and make their own decisions, not rely on another entity to tell them what to say.
I have a question. Do the young social workers, etc., do they ever now and then work together with someone? Or they do it all by themselves? They have to make all the decisions and learn everything by themselves.
So most times they operate by themselves, but it has to be signed off by a supervisor.
Yeah,
So
but the actual work, look, sometimes doing things together, you make less mistakes, even if when you're a youngster like that.
yeah,
Has that ever been thought about? You can get through things together more so than by yourself, because you can't make bilateral or unilateral decisions on like the lives of children and with no experience. It's best sometimes to get someone to help you. Usually you have a mentor or somebody that eases you into the situation and helps you out some.
yeah, I completely agree. I'm a nurse. So that's how it was for me as an ICU nurse.
Mhm.
You partnered with somebody to train you.
Right,
It could be 4 to 6 months before
right, right.
and back then, I'm sure it's much shorter today.
Mhm.
But so if they have tens of thousands of cases every year,
Right.
and they have a shortage of staff,
Workers, yeah.
turnover of staff, very immature, meaning young, workforce with experience, young and experienced. They don't, that ability to have that mentoring, coaching relationship is dampened because they don't have the human resource to
The
do that.
people, they don't have the people. I'm clear. Okay.
And it sounds like the turnover there has been great.
Yes.
And it's and reason, and I'm about to ask the reason. What is the reason for that? Because
So that's not unique to Michigan or Child Protective Services. Any community-based or community-facing position right now, post-COVID, is having a tremendous time with keeping those positions filled. They're not in demand. They're very strenuous. The pay is low.
Right.
It's
okay,
not a desirable position.
position
Somebody with
correct.
that skill set can go and work in a hospital, go work for a health plan, go work in other environments where they don't have to interface with people in the community,
Mhm.
like these roles do.
And not being real familiar with this situation, but it seems though as though this position is one of where they're making decisions with families that you may become very unpopular. You know what I'm saying? In your decision making.
Right.
And that within itself that could become very unsettling to an individual that's really not built like that. You know what I'm saying? That may be really
Think about
have a
leadership
compassion,
positions.
but
Yeah.
now you're being indirectly forced to make a decision based upon maybe not really your real feelings, but I know I got to make a decision because of the position I'm holding, which may not.
And think of how easily influenced they can be in that decision-making process.
Right.
So think about your role as coaches and how
Mhm.
many parents come to you trying to sway you
Oh,
to
that's
play players and make decisions and do things that you may or
listen,
may not want to do.
listen, and
And
that's listen. Yes,
that's all.
that's normal.
That's nonstop, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
nonstop.
normal. And
And then
whew,
and how many players acquiesce to that pressure?
say,
And
listen,
how many leaders? I coach and I mentor many people. in my professional career. And one of the things that I coach, people to do is to stand firmly in their decisions and
Decisions.
do what's best for the person served. And that's not easy to do
Right.
because it often requires you confronting some hard issues.
So what you're saying that, so I now listening to that, I guess this situation, because what you just said, that's a norm for in coaching, man. That it applies to a whole lot of different other positions besides sports, because
Right.
it's always my son, my daughter in middle school was all of this. you know, then in high school, it's not lining up.
He's not
Right.
that.
Because
It's not that.
competition is
Totally
steeper.
different.
Right. You got a different
Uh,
level of competition.
and here she was the fastest in elementary. Well, okay, maybe so.
Yes.
But then maturity kicks in. Here she is not that anymore. Listen, this stuff can go on and on. So I get it.
Right.
I get it.
I can-
I get it.
And also you have to have people that the number one, if you have a person that desires to do this, you'll be better off. But like she says, a lot of times they thrown into it because, the turnover.
Well,
And
it
so
sounded like,
no work.
Byron, it sounded like along the same lines of youngsters coming out of college,
Right.
and I'm speaking now in Dallas, Texas, falling into the teaching field
Right.
because now you get this extra bonus money to sign up as a teacher, but you sign up for hell, okay? And I'm just gonna take this pay, fulfill this contract, and then I'm gonna move on because y'all really not backing us with these students.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna take this pay.
I'm clear. I
Yeah.
substitute teacher here in Israel, elementary school. I did it for a couple of years, and I had to leave it alone because I might have been in jail
Wow.
because for one thing, in the class in the homes, they're not teaching the children respect.
So
And
you
and
telling me, Byron, over there it's like that too?
man, everywhere, children are children. I coach. I coach the.
I know you
girls.
coaching, right?
I coach the Bedouin girls, that's Black Arabs. I coach the religious Israelis. They're all children. I coach our children in the community. They're all children. But I can deal with ours because I know their parents. I can go there because I knew their parents.
Correct.
But some people you have to really, really walk a thin line because, like she says, you under a lot of influence. My child, because they do this, they pay this, and I pay that, and they should get this. But at a certain point, you just can't take too much. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. You get it together or leave it alone because you have to have a lot of patience and restraint.
Man, this is
Those
deep.
children aren't in harm's way.
Yeah.
You're not dealing with a delicate situation where you may be making accusations against those same parents that you're talking about,
Right.
one or the other, and having to face the repercussions of that.
Right.
And dealing with lawyers who may be calling and trying to sway you one way,
Right.
people lying, people withholding information, they're in a precarious situation.
Yes,
And if they're
yes.
not trained to handle that,
Right.
then
Yeah.
they fold.
This is
They
deep.
fold.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me say hello to my people that chimed in. I see my mom chimed in. I see Mike Robinson chimed in. My God's honest chimed in. GG.
Mike who?
Mike Robinson. He chimed in. He was
okay.
on the show last week.
Okay.
My cuz chimed in. Greg Hill. I see he's in. I saw another. Okay. Amber Nails has chimed in. I usually acknowledge him. The conversation is so deep, I hadn't said hello to anybody. And then who y'all see on Zoom, you see Linda Little from Detroit, Michigan, who you see on Zoom, and you see Baron Bard, by way of Dallas, Texas, chimed in from Israel. So that's what you see for those who just chimed in online with us. And the topic is very tough, and it's real. And Linda, you know I'm gonna dive in. And Byron, I know you hadn't heard this part yet, but Linda, I have to ask, what's going on in your situation?
Nothing. It's not moving.
And if you will, bring Byron up to speed where you are. I mean, when I just said in your situation, I know Byron probably like, okay, what's going on with that? With your situation.
So this topic is near to me, not only because of the population that we serve in my organization. We have a long continuum of homeless solutions, and the number one reason that women and children suffer housing instability is because of domestic abuse. And children in homes where there's domestic violence are 15 times more likely to be abused. And so I have women in our women's shelter who are fleeing domestic violence, and they have to put their children in foster care because there's not enough family housing. And it's just a horrible thought to even connect with the pain that those women feel to give up their children. But, my own child, my own story, where we experienced abuse post-divorce, and my child has told law enforcement, child protective services, doctors, everybody you can think of. This child has spoken up, even the school, and nothing has been done to protect my child. Absolutely nothing. And I am somebody who is a CEO of one of the largest community-based organizations in the state. I work with, vulnerable populations. I create solutions. I advocate with legislators at the city, regional, state, national level. I am very informed. I'm a healthcare executive, over 30 years of experience navigating, every sector of the healthcare delivery system. And I speak, and I just published a book, and I'm not the average parent who's dealing with this issue. So if it's happening to me,
yeah,
think about everyday people,
right,
who are trying to do what's best for their children, navigating the system. I had to, even in a court, the police testified that they said I was coaching my daughter to say these things, despite physical evidence.
No investigation.
Okay, so but listen,
you can't coach.
But listen, Linda, you said they're saying you're coaching, but when you have a paper trail from the hospital and pictures, that's not coaching.
There's no way it can be coaching. There's no way. How do you coach that?
That's what I'm saying. So I don't understand.
What kind of parent would coach their child to say despicable things about their other parent, regardless of how you feel about that person?
Right.
That is that child's parent. They identify with them. I would never say anything negative about my child's other parent, because that's a reflection of them. You have to understand how children receive that. I understand that very well. I would never do that.
And see, with that being said, that's special of you. And I think, listen, I think that's awesome of you to be that type of parent, because we know some people could be very, very bitter, very bitter. But you're not saying that. And again, what's very strange, you have pictures and the paperwork.
Still no action.
And still no act. Yes. That right there.
No.
So how are they
And
overlooking that?
Right.
the only thing, because I hate to say it, but the only thing I can think of is corruption. Um, when you have a person who is a high income earner who
Yeah.
is suddenly foreclosing on their home, not paying their bills, getting sued because they're not paying for, memberships, minimal amounts of money, not able to pay normal debts, and they're high income. I'm talking about somebody who earns almost $1 million a year,
Mm.
foreclosing on their home. And then you tie that with people making up these false allegations that are connected to these allegations of abuse that don't make sense in the face of evidence, compelling evidence, clear and present evidence. You have to look at corruption. Corruption is real
And I agree with what
in
you're
all of
saying.
our
It's real.
systems.
So they're
It's
just
real.
so they're just disregarding the paperwork, the pictures, and what the child is saying.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when you take matters into your own hands, then what? Here they come.
Then you're the bad person. You're going to jail.
I say
They will
here
put
I
you
say
away
here they
very
come.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't get resolved, something bad's going to happen.
Absolutely.
It has to be resolved some kind of way. You can't let things like that linger. I don't know what has to be done. I don't know about the other parent. They have some influence somewhere, like you say, with people causing the corruptive actions. But you have to get that straight, because in the long run, it's going to lead to something ugly.
And the mental scar that's still being created in this child. Well, and those that know, such as yourself, and whatever,
Right.
and what other family members, just like the guy that could not give his name, like I told you, once he found out it was, when he thought it was here
Right.
in Texas, but when he found out
Happening here, they just got
it was
it's just a
Detroit,
different name. Yeah.
it was, I mean, it was out of his jurisdiction. So,
Yeah.
but he said that's corrupt. Like you said, he says things could be done. When he thought it was here, he knew it was something he can do. Now, as I stated to you before, he said he knows how to maybe more or less indirectly investigate, but then still a way that you have to do it, because other than that, it's going to look like you asking questions, and if it's corrupt, they're going to pick right up on it.
Yeah.
Then it's going to shut down.
Because they're trying to conceal the secret.
Yeah, but again, there's a child involved that's being what about the child? Wow. What about the child?
Well, I'll say to any parent listening, if you feel that your child is in an unsafe environment, you have a legal obligation to protect your child. Every child has a constitutional right to be protected from harm. And so I urge every parent to do everything possible to protect your child. This system does not care about your child the way you do.
Hey, if you want to call in and speak to them, the phone number is 469-708-8609. Again, 469-708-8609. And you can speak directly to her. Go ahead. You see the number strolling. And she's speaking to you parents.
Yes.
Go ahead,
You
Linda.
know your child. And if your child is saying that somebody has harmed them, believe them. Believe them.
We say at least investigate it.
Check it
Yes.
out.
Believe them. Check it out. Don't tell that child you don't believe. No, that can never happen. Don't do that to that child. children don't make up things like that.
And
And if there is a child who's making up something like that, there's something else going on that also needs to be investigated, because it's not natural for children to even think like that and form those kinds
wow.
of
So you're
words and
saying
concepts.
if a child is even making up something like that, it's something else going on wrong.
Absolutely. 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 It is not instinctive. We're not born, we're born to love. Remember when you were a kid?
Yes.
How much love you had and trust you had of people. You just want to play and live life and enjoy and have a good time.
So
Children don't think
there are
about stuff like
signs
that.
that you should really notice. What you were saying.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Any behavior that's out of character, a child who is clearly potty trained who suddenly starts bedwetting, a
Wow.
child who is usually well behaved that suddenly starts having tantrums and being defiant, a child who suddenly just doesn't want to be around another adult. That's another sign as well.
You know,
But there's all kinds of things that can any behave a parent knows their child. Any unfamiliar, out of the ordinary behavior should be investigated.
I have to believe this 100%. I said 100%. The reason I'm saying 100%, maybe 110, because even with in training athletes, I know just as good when one is off or something is going on. I know just as good when something has went on outside of training. I'm saying it don't have to be nothing athletically. I know
That's
just
right.
as good when something has occurred in their behavior, even before workout, during the workout, or after the workout. So
That's right.
I know this activity has to go on with every sector of life in some kind of manner.
That's
Makes
right.
sense. Makes a lot
Never,
of
don't
sense.
ever, because you pay attention. You can't
Yes.
ever be too busy to pay attention to your children. You have to pay attention. They will tell you what's going on with them if we pay attention.
And as I've stated before, and again, with my opinion, you have to allow them to speak, because all that be quiet, shut up, because they will shut up. And by the time you find out what has occurred, it's too late. You have to allow them to speak.
Children are little people. And when I was growing up, children were supposed to be, seen and not heard.
Right?
You couldn't get into grown folks' business. People come. Times are different.
My mom said they're not
They're
concerned.
exposed to so much today. You have to talk to your children and understand where their thoughts are, what's going on in their world, because there's so much information that they have access to that is beyond a parent's normal control.
I was talking to one of the guys, well, to all three of the guys last week on the show, and regardless what people made, and I'm speaking on behalf of the three that was on the show. I'm not speaking for some of the others. Regardless what they had done, that was one topic that one right there touching on. That didn't fly.
Yeah.
You know, touching on a kid. See, kids. See, some rules still, and I'm not justifying any wrong, but there was some situation that you didn't touch. One, it was kids, the elderly, and women. Regardless of what you may have been out in the streets doing, those rules right there, you didn't do that one. See, you're gonna get your hat brought to you when you cross that line, and that still
Yeah.
applies today.
Yeah.
That still applies today.
Well, I wrote a book that was published last week. It's out on Amazon. It's called The Community We Lost. And it's really about how I grew up in the 70s in Detroit and had this very strong village of community where everybody looked out for each other. held each other accountable. You know, if I was doing something I had no business, the neighbor up the street was gonna check me. You know, I didn't have to wait till I got back home. And so we've lost that sense of community and looking
Hey,
out for each
hey,
other. People don't want to stand
is that
up
trying to
and
call
speak
in?
up to help
that-
women, children, and the elderly anymore like we used to. But we've got to get back to that because we're all connected. We're one people. We're all connected by the creator of the universe, the most high, creative God, divine, whatever we choose to call it. We are all connected. And if we don't look after each other, this world will perish. It's just that simple.
We call
Because
it.
that the darkness on this earth will take over. So we, the people, have to stand up and we have to raise up the standard, God's standard, to look after each other and set the bar for what the values are for our humanity.
Right. We live
It's
in a,
about.
we, like you said, we live in a people to people ecology.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, everybody is more individualistic. You know, you don't want anybody touching your child or saying something to your child. Like you said, when we grew up, man, everybody would get you.
Everybody.
Everybody knew you. Everybody knew you. But now, leave my child. But we all need each other. No one lives on an island by themselves. Without each other, we can't make it. Like you said, we all part of the universe of the Most
Yeah.
High. But people don't want to depend on each other. We all need each other sometime or somewhere or something. And we've gotten away from that, like you said. But we live in a people to people ecology. You can't do without me, and I can't do without you.
That's
So
right.
we got away from that. Everybody wants to be there, do their own thing, and don't want to shelter their children. You know, you look at all these mass shootings of some of these, you know, these people in America, not much over here. A lot of them, they little loners. They friend is the computer.
Yep.
You know, they all isolated inside the house on the computer. You really don't know what they're doing.
That's
Wow.
right.
They don't go outside and play anymore. They
That's
inside.
right.
They collect guns. You know, parents don't know what they have. They don't even watch them.
That's right.
Anyway, that's another subject altogether. But
That's right. But it isn't. It is, but it isn't. Because
okay,
it's all the same, you know, that we have to be more in tune to each other and looking out for each other, whether it's our child, our neighbor, our parent, whomever it is.
right,
It's the same.
okay,
And so that's what my book is about. It's about really how do we take those values of old and bring them into the future, not reinventing what we did in the past, but take where we are today and leverage technology, AI, all the things that we have at our disposal today to reconnect as a community and stand up for things that we want to see. What kind of society do we want to live in? You know, I watch the stories of children being abused and dying because the system has failed them, and you don't even hear public outcry.
And we have a caller. We have a Byron, hey, Linda, we have a caller. Caller.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Coach Fly?
Is this Anthony London?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Listen,
Anthony
y'all, we have
London.
Anthony London who's chimed in. He's one of the guests that was on the show last week.
Yes.
How you doing, Anthony?
Go ahead. Man, I'm doing great, man. But I'm going through some feelings listening to the topic this week, man, and it's kind of touching home with me, man, because you know I'm from the era where you know there's no kids, no women, and, no elderly, and they stand on that regardless if they're in the streets or out the streets. That rule always stands. And the way things going now, it's like you know kids have certain challenges. And as she was telling the story, I was just thinking, I have a grandson and he's autistic and he didn't start speaking till he was 4. So,
Wow.
you know, just think about the kids that's in that situation that can't really speak and
Man,
call out and say what's hurting, who's doing them something, man. That's a scary feeling, man.
Say, man, that is scary.
Yes.
Wow.
It is.
Linda,
It's a scary
did you hear what he
feeling.
just
So
said?
just think about
Oh, I got a story for him. Little Chase. And we're gonna bring Chase, we're gonna bring his spirit here because little Chase didn't deserve what happened to him. Chase was the
Oh my
same
God.
as your grandson, and he was 3 years old, and his mother would beat him
But Linda,
both
Linda, let
times.
me stop y'all a moment. It's hit me that he said, and it happened to be a family member of his, but it just hit me. Here's a kid that cannot say anything.
That's Chase.
No.
Say, man, you know
Couldn't
what?
speak.
Yeah.
Y'all know how, man, that's barren. Linda,
I
Anthony,
I have
that's
an
tough.
granddaughter. I
Yeah, it
understand.
is.
He doesn't talk yet. I hear the brother.
No, I'm saying, but I never thought about what he just said. That
Chase
here's a kid
was
that
three
can,
years old. He
man,
couldn't speak. He was blind in one eye from abuse.
Mm.
Oh
He
my
had
God.
bruises all over his body all the time. CPS removed him from the home, put him with his godmother. They closed the case because the mom said he had an autoimmune disorder. No medical
Oh
records.
wow.
They didn't verify anything. The family begged Child Protective Services not to give this child back to the mother.
what?
They said the mother was abusing him. They said that they feared for this child's life. And Child Protective Services and the police gave the child
Jamal
back to
Smith
the
then checked
mother.
in.
Shortly
Wow.
thereafter, the other family member, the godmother, went to check on this child and smelled something different in the basement and found the baby was in the deep freezer dead.
Oh my God. Man, that
This
right
child
there,
could
man.
not speak.
She gets no mercy. She gets no mercy, man. Wherever she at, I hope she's miserable. I mean, God
There's
forgive me. I mean, I
always
know I
going to
don't wish
be
no harm on
people.
nobody, but that baby ain't asked to come here. That baby ain't asked to have the challenges he had, and it's just like that. And look, let me tell you this: my grandson, he didn't talk till he was like 6, no 5, well 4, huh? 4.5.
Yeah.
So look, we were scared to send him. We never sent him to no daycares. We never sent him to. We homeschooled him all the way until it was time for him to go to like the real kindergarten.
Because you being
We
very
didn't send him
protective.
to
You being
nursery.
protective. I get
Yeah,
it.
man, because we was very scared because he couldn't say what was hurting him or who if someone done him something. He wasn't verbal at first. Now he's talking and he's talking better. So we a little bit more confident that he will say something. But still, but just think about those babies out there that the parents, the young teen parents, don't understand or in denial about their baby having autism or having these challenges and don't want to tell nobody that the baby is struggling to speak or struggling to use the bathroom and just sending them on to school or on to the nursery like he's normal or she's normal and they're not.
Wow. Say, Anthony, what you, see, it's too many levels, and I'm using the word levels of this abuse. And what you think
Yes,
about a dad and his own child?
man.
Yeah.
That turns my stomach. You know what I mean? That's like for any. I mean, other than life, the next precious thing that God can bless a man with is a child, is a son or a daughter, and to take advantage of them in that way, man. I mean,
Yeah. I'm with
that's
you. Yeah.
despicable. I
One
know
in
some places
five,
where
one
that
in
person wouldn't
five
live through the night.
adults,
What'd you say,
one in
Anthony?
five adults is
I know
abusing a
some
child.
places where that father wouldn't live through the night.
Correct. You and me too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
That's
What'd you
sad.
say, Linda? 1 in 5. What?
I said, if you look at the statistics of just reported child abuse, 1 in 5 adults, men, let's just take men, abuse a child.
Wow.
That
1 in 5.
means you all know somebody. You know somebody who today is abusing
Wow.
a child.
Wow.
That's statistics. 1 out of
That's
5.
statistics.
Is that all
1 out of 5.
demographic? Is that all demographics?
All demographics. It is not specific to socioeconomic status. As a matter of fact, it might happen more
With the rich people.
in
That's a lot.
affluent communities that's just not reported.
Hey, boy, listen. Angel, studio producer, said that's way too many.
That's a lot.
Way too.
Jamal said it takes a village to raise a child. Hey, Jamal, listen. Okay, she said 1 through 5, so it's somebody in the village doing it too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, somebody in the village that's getting dirty too.
Yeah.
That's right. Every
So now you got to
9
watch the
minutes,
village.
Now you got to watch the village.
sexually abused.
That's
Every
sad.
9 minutes, a child is sexually
That's
abused.
sad.
Every 9. 1 out of
Every
5.
9 minutes.
And I heard the sister say something earlier when she said, "Man, the era we was brought up in, we was taught to be seen and not heard." So just think about the brothers and the sisters that was getting abused back then that couldn't say nothing,
Ooh.
That's right.
just because we was raised on speak when spoken to, and
Don't-
be seen and not heard, and we and
Don't
they stood on
speak
it.
when adults are speaking. Matter of fact, don't even
Oh,
be in the room when they're speaking. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm grateful that I've always had family that, a village of people that I could talk to about whatever. But most, a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people
Say-
don't
say
have that.
Anthony.
And I provide that safe
Yes, sir.
haven for my kids.
Linda's in Detroit, Michigan, and Barron is in Israel.
Wow. Wow.
Where London from?
That's
New Orleans?
crazy.
He's from,
I heard-
and he's from
I
New
heard the
Orleans.
brother say
Detroit.
that too.
I'm from
I-
Detroit.
I heard the brother, Mr. Barron say, every year he had to get a background check done because he deal with kids, and I think I spoke about my little league football team. Every year I had to get my coaches and also myself ran through the NCIC
Yeah.
to make sure nobody have a abuse charge,
Absolutely.
pedophilia. You have to get that every 12 months. We have to get that done every season. Ain't nobody can slide on the radar, no nothing.
No nothing.
If you even if you abuse it with your mouth, you can't coach on my team. Not at all.
Yeah, but so
I
you
can-
have that
I can
rigor.
hit the
You
New
have that
Orleans,
rigor around your coaching staff. Why don't we have the same kind of rigor around people who are investigating these child abuse cases?
And that's what we're talking about, Linda. That's what, Anthony, that's what we spoke on last week. And we were saying that here's a lady in Barron that she stands and she advocates this thing for other kids and, parents and families. And she's going through this exact same thing and nobody's touching it. I don't
understand it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. She has the people in place who to go to, who to talk to for other families and parents and whatever, kids. She has a situation.
Mhm.
And
Listen,
nobody,
they got a thing in West Africa, in Ghana. They got this term they call too know. People just too smart. My mother used to tell me, say, "Boy, you got all the book sense in the world, but you ain't got no common sense." Certain things just if it's red, it's red. If it's black, it's black. And it ain't now nowadays you can intellectualize things, to make it fit the way you want it to fit. But sometimes, man,
That's right.
you just gotta say, "Hey, man, that's a duck."
Yeah.
okay,
So-
let me say this. Okay. And I'm going back, and I think Linda has since then changed things. She was court ordered that she had to take her daughter, to her ex. How does it work? Every other week? But if
One day a week and every other weekend.
But now, if this is the guy that's abusing her daughter, like I told Pastor Turner, man, fuck her husband, fuck her court order. I'm not putting my daughter in harm's way. You got what I'm saying? I got
Wait,
paperwork.
the court, that's what I'm saying. The court have evidence of this man taking advantage of her daughter,
Yes,
his daughter.
and his daughter, and pictures.
Man, lucky he ain't dead, man.
You got what I'm saying? Now, see, okay, y'all hear what I said. I don't take that back, what I said. I stand on that. Okay, yeah, Barron may be in Israel. He know where I'm from. He's from here. Yeah. Say, man. Yeah, straight from Bonton.
I commend you, my sister. I commend your strength. I commend your meekness. I commend your dedication and your focus to stay on task and not uh go off the radar and take matters into your own hands. I don't think I would be that. I pray I would and I could, but man, them children is just different, man. They different.
Yeah, but here, Anthony, Byron,
Yeah,
as
but
men,
you're the only person that your child has.
as men though.
You think about the consequence of you going off the rails. If the child
Yeah,
has nobody else but you.
But that's what I'm
can't do
saying.
that.
What is she to do since I'm gonna use the word, since the system is not working in her behalf,
No.
Because they're saying what you say. They're saying you are coaching your daughter up to say this, but you got paperwork and pictures, and your daughter is speaking.
How old is your
How
daughter?
old your daughter? Wait, can I ask how old the daughter is?
Linda, that's on
7.
you. She's at 7.
Okay, she's old.
Man,
enough.
that baby got enough sense to say what was right and was she and they don't believe her.
Right.
Man, something wrong. These people must be pedophiles, man.
Yeah. What'd you say, Coach, about as men? What?
No, I'm just as men, y'all already know. We understand rules and this, that, and the other. But you know, if they turned his ass loose, where we were, they wouldn't have to worry about him.
Somebody be waiting for him.
Yeah, that's facts.
Somebody be waiting for him.
That's facts.
Anyway,
And he doing this to his own biological daughter.
Come on, man.
well, anyway.
70 to 80% of abusers are biological family members, parents.
So we
uncles,
spoke about this
cousins.
last week.
Yes, sir.
We spoke a little bit about this last week.
That's the lady, Anthony. That's her.
Oh man! Oh wow! That's the lady right here.
That's her.
Yeah, she right here. I just muted it because it was off timing, man. So I muted my laptop. Man, yes, we spoke. Man, boy, I got the hair on the back of my neck standing up. Man, I'm burnt
That's her.
up, man.
Because, we were expecting her to call in, but we didn't know at that time her father had gotten sick. But that's her.
Okay. Well, Coach, I got 30 minutes before I have to get up and go to work. I'm already up and going to work.
Say, man,
But,
listen.
I'm
What time is it now? What time is it now over there?
5:30.
5:30 in the morning. Man, listen, I'm privileged that you stayed up to be on the show, man. That's
Yeah,
great.
And I was blessed to hear the sister. Then you at some particular hospital, because I said my folks in Ypsilanti and Detroit, they may know
Yeah.
you. You may know them.
Yeah,
Hospital. So
I'd have to check you out. You have to tell me your family so I can let you know if we connected.
Okay, I'll let you know. Thurmans and the Rawsons. We all moved from Texas, went up to Detroit, Michigan. I'm going to Detroit, Michigan. That's a song by Albert King.
It is a song.
I've heard that.
So,
You never heard?
Yeah.
so you traveling
Take
from
my
Israel to
phone,
Detroit to Texas? Is that how it goes?
No. Guys, I went from Texas to Detroit.
No, I'm saying when you come, when you come.
Oh, yeah, I'm going through Detroit. I got some people trying to hook up with me.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in the airport a few hours. They might let us meet. But I'm glad to meet you, Linda.
Oh, he's saying he got a layover in Detroit.
Well, no, he's coming to Texas next week.
Oh, okay.
I stay over in Detroit, right? I could hear the Louisiana. I could hear the.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans. Yes.
That's why I asked, was he from New Orleans?
Yes. Barry, now, how long have you been over in Israel now?
45 years.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, he left after you left SMU. You went over there, didn't you?
Yeah, I came here in 1980.
Wow. What's the difference?
I got grandbabies over here. I got 6 children in Israel. In America, I got 3 over here. I got a bunch of grandbabies over there, so I'm going to see everybody. We got a family reunion.
Say, Anthony, say, Linda, Barry went over there and found out something that we don't know.
But Linda's, I was listening to her talking about, she's in tune.
Hey, Baron, before you get out of here, listen now. You know, you told me before, I'm still waiting on my dashiki. I want the real dashikis.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
You can see what I have on when I get there.
Well, I've seen you before. You know, you came out to visit me that time to the facility. I saw what you had on. I like that.
Yeah, where's Leroy Locke, man? I can't get in touch with him.
I can. Leroy
Okay,
still
well,
Leroy.
man,
Huh? What's that?
touch with me.
I get in touch with him. I shoot you the number after we get off there.
Yeah, okay, because I've been trying to call him
What,
for a week.
you know about Lynn, though? You know about his brother, though, right?
By Lyndon.
Okay.
Yeah.
He passed
So when
away.
we talk,
Okay.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about Israel next week, but a lot about Lincoln High School. I don't want to get all off into politics and all that and Israel and stuff.
Yes,
and
sir.
the camels.
What's in them camels? Yeah, I hear you.
I ain't been on a camel but once. I've been here 45 years.
What?
Once or twice, but I ain't into camels like that.
Say, man, there's something about my brother over there. Hey, Anthony Leonard, he got over there. Something he liked over there, man. He stayed.
Yeah, stay.
Yeah.
Well, Byron, when you come through Detroit, let me know. I'll see if I can come up and meet you in person.
Yeah, I had a family reunion in Detroit years ago. So I got half my family in Detroit, some in Texas. So we'll look it up. We'll hook up together, okay?
Hey, man, thank you, Baron, for coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Baron Boyd, man. He stayed up.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Hey, Coach, just tell everybody from Lincoln, man, get online, pump me up for next week. I want to talk to. I missed the reunion. Was it a month ago?
No, it hadn't had it yet.
No, not 76. 75.
No, I'm talking about, 75, yeah, your class, yeah. No, you didn't say 76, man, stop it.
But I was supposed to be in 76, but I cheated.
Baron,
Baron,
you a smart guy, though. Go ahead, Lynn.
I want to drop our website to you. Go to don'ttouchme.wiki, like Wikipedia.
Hey, Anthony, you write that down too, Anthony.
Yeah, right there. And learn more about our campaign. We need the public to join this movement. So when we go to legislators, they know that it's not just my organization, we have a community.
Do you see it right there, Anthony?
It's time for change.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to.
Don'tTouchMe.wiki.
Don'tTouchMe.wiki.
That's capital letters.
Yeah, I got it.
It doesn't matter. The case doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, then. Well, I'm going to say.
All right. Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Thank you, Barry.
Good morning is Boker Tov.
How do you say good morning over there?
Boker Tov.
Boker Tov.
Boker Tov.
You say shalom, shalom.
Come on,
shalom, shalom. Peace. All right, then.
All right, Barry. Thank you, man.
All right, Mr. Barry.
Thank you. Have a great day.
So, Anthony, stay on there with us, Anthony.
I'm on.
Linda.
Yes, sir.
Linda.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Something has to give. I mean, and I'm hearing you. It's some noise got to be made because you making noise for other families and stuff, and nobody's hearing you on yours. And you got pictures and paperwork from the hospital, but then your baby's 7. She can speak for herself.
Yes.
Was CPS not listening? And then you say the school is involved. What is it?
They're not listening to the school. That's why corruption. I'm telling you, it has to be corrupt. And it's at a point now where she's taking a stand and saying she doesn't want to go there anymore. She's fed up.
Did you hear Anthony say the school? They're not listening to the school.
Nope.
Man, somebody is an inside job somewhere. Somebody got to be pedophiles in them. Man, that guy must got a Rolodex of names, and if he get touched, he gonna drop all of them.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Cause it get deep.
I don't want to be cliche, but there's this passage in the Bible that says, "Do not touch my anointed."
My anointed. Oh, I knew you was about to say that.
My prophets
I had a feeling you was about to say it.
No, that part, that caption in the Bible has carried me a long way. I've never
And
been
then there's a
victimized.
passage in the Bible that says there's a time to heal, there's a time to kill, there's a time. Yeah, keep going. Yeah,
Yeah,
Russell.
I'm
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
I'm trying to,
Sometimes,
I'd
man,
say you go through phases, of something
right.
like this. I've gone from
We talking about a
complete
child that can't
devastation.
protect herself, and how she gonna protect herself against a grown ass man?
Yeah. I've gone from
A
complete
7-year-old
devastation
baby.
to anger to rage to,
And she's
despair
probably
to
scared of.
hopelessness,
Oh man.
empowerment to, now I just feel like I have to take action and spread the word and do what I can, what's in my realm to do
Riggs
to
done checked
protect
in.
other children, everybody, and surrender this situation to God, because there's something
Yes,
at play
yes.
that I can't see. It's not, they're intending not to do the right thing.
I'm gonna tell you
And
how
so
this.
I have to
So,
turn that over to God.
I'm gonna tell you how this looks, Linda. I said, look, just listen to me. It seems so surreal that okay, here it is. This is what part of what you do for others, and then it's almost like, okay, what is she not saying? Because when I think of, and I've shared this with you before, and I'm just putting it out there,
Yep.
because when you got evidence, even if, okay, say your child was lying, still it should be an investigation. You got what I'm saying?
Well,
But
Russell,
but
I'll
nobody
tell you.
wants to.
can I
It's,
ask this question?
go ahead,
All
Dan.
right. And I don't want to get too personal, but did you take the baby to the doctor?
All of that. All the things.
And that's what I'm
And
saying.
And all
The
the
the paperwork and the
the
pictures.
report shows that the baby been messed with.
So
Oh my
Russell,
God,
remember I
man,
told you
man.
that we had
See,
a
I can't
hearing
handle this.
See,
where the
I
police
can't handle
officer
this.
testified
yes,
that he had a personal
You-
conflict and
correct.
deliberately undermined the investigation to say I was coaching because he had a personal relationship with a family member
Yes,
of the accused.
yes.
I finally got those transcripts.
Wow.
And it took that was February, right? I
Okay.
just got the transcripts not even a week ago. They made me pay $4,500, $4,500 to get some transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
See, they were trying to. They was hoping you say no. That
They
to
were
that.
hoping I wouldn't get them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Man, them people know you're gonna have a lawsuit out this world.
Say,
Boy,
man,
come
what
on,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? And Anthony, she gonna be Detroit,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be
Well,
more than just. It's gonna be some names called that you gonna be able. Well, she's shaking her head like, nah.
And because none of that matters to me. All I care about is the safety of my daughter.
I get that.
That's
that's
all
right.
I care
I get
about.
that. I get that. But I'm saying with all these people, see, it has to be a number of people blocking,
Yeah,
It
there's too
has
many
to be.
people lying.
Yeah.
running interference. It's some people running interference.
Yeah, for sure.
See, when they
For sure.
$4,500 just to get a transcript, $4,500 to get a transcript,
All their
Yeah.
heads got the roll. Every last head got the roll.
and got a roll.
Every head got the roll.
And once that pressure start being on, they're gonna start pointing fingers.
So we talking about it here, and your listeners are hearing this. And it's not just my case. I've talked about this on podcasts. I've been on radio shows.
See, my son,
I've been
Rashad,
interviewed.
checked in.
I mean, I've talked about this until I'm sick in my stomach. People don't act. I'm on an island.
What is Detroit? What is Detroit doing? What I mean, I'm talking about the people in Detroit. They scared.
Nobody's standing up. Nobody's standing up. It's the most. It's the thing that I just can't even understand how this is tolerated.
It's unbelievable, man. So, and when I say Detroit, I'm talking about the people of Detroit.
Man, they would have had the street dudes. Everybody would have just wigged out on that, man. That dude couldn't even live in where we from. He would have had to move.
Did you hear what you just said?
Mm.
I heard him. I heard him.
I'm from a
Not safe
place.
here. Whew.
Mm.
What they call it,
So I just,
street justice.
I know. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. Because if
And look
we
what they
allow
done here.
injustice to persist, it's only a
And look
matter
what they
of
done,
time
doctor.
before it touches you. Yeah.
Look what they done to old doctor, though.
Look
The
what,
most non-violent man in the world.
say, man, that's as we speak, because we speak on it. That daughter of yours, her mental is being messed up too. We know the physical
Man, that's
is.
so big.
You know,
Lord,
I mean, it's
You being
that's
messed
my
up right
job.
now.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my job. That's all I'm focused on right now is making sure that she knows my all of my children that
Can
you are
I?
loved, you are safe, you are protected. I believe I can counterbalance that. That's my job.
And see,
Counterbalance.
I know for a fact that someone's out there that's just listening to the show, that maybe more than 2 or 3, they're just not commenting because they're listening. They're listening. There's somebody out there that can help us. I don't know who they are, but they're listening, Linda. I'm telling you, they're listening. And is your daughter, is she still going to, do you still take her? I understand the court order. Are you still taking are you honoring the court order? What I'm asking.
I'm honoring the court order, but she's refusing to go now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
You refuse to.
That's what I'm saying. That's all that matters. Because you
can't
you
put her
can't
in
forcefully.
jail.
Yep, you can't force.
Can't force her.
You can't force it.
Can't force her.
So let me ask this: now that she's not, is he contacting the court saying that you're not bringing her?
Not in the last. It's been since May. So what's this? July, mid-July. It's about 6 weeks. Nope, I haven't heard anything.
So therefore, that guilt pressure is hitting him too. What do you think, Aunt?
He in trouble.
Yeah,
He in trouble. Ain't nothing he can do to get out of this one.
because he knows what. Yeah,
God said high, he look low. Don't mess with God anointing.
and see, God
Don't mess
undefeated.
with
So
them babies.
yeah, see, God
Don't
see,
mess with them babies.
God saying that the people, what the people are not doing, God said, let me, okay, yeah. Boy, look here. Because if it was,
People are natural. God is supernatural. See, when God works, it's gonna be held up to the captain. See, people are natural, but when God moves, it's gonna be supernatural, and that man gonna get it.
He gonna get it. He gonna get it. Because you would think, you say since May. Well, see, by now he should have been contacting them folks that you're not, honoring.
He threatens me all the time. Almost every day he's threatening me. But it's never happened. It's not happened yet.
But yeah, I guess, I mean, I done thought it. You ain't got the right family members, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All them threats wouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
Homie would have been got a visit.
Ooh.
But Fly, you say God is undefeated.
He undefeated. He ain't never lost in nothing.
Yeah.
Never lost in nothing.
And nothing. What was that?
You gotta wait and wait for the God's divine.
Well, it's in Proverbs. I think it's the 5th and 6th verses. He don't think like we think. He don't think like we think. And so when I say what I say, that's why, I am who I am. So he knows who I am. So when y'all be saying, for them that say, man, Coach Fly, you wrong for saying that and this, that, and the other. Okay, maybe y'all right. Maybe y'all wrong. Y'all take it up with God.
Yeah.
How about
Right.
that?
But you know what? Russell, you have listeners
Yeah.
who have experienced abuse, whose children have experienced abuse. Maybe it's their cousin, their parent. It touches all of us.
I know they out there. They right
We
now.
just
They
don't
won't say
talk
nothing
about
though. They won't comment.
it. Exactly.
They won't. I don't know. And here's opportunity to get it out though.
Mm.
Here's an
Yes.
opportunity
Get
to get it out.
involved. Get involved. Let's fix
I
this.
noticed when you told the story 2 weeks ago, you started out saying there was a person, and then somewhere within the story, you said that person is me.
Yes.
And she started out saying somebody else, right?
That's right.
But somewhere in there, it was so real, she said, that person is me. And then she continued the story. And all I'm saying to the listeners, get it out. I know some of them scared to say something. Some of them are, it's been going on so long. Well, it's been going on so long. Well, we've been dealing with it. See, being even tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Been dealing with it. That don't make it right.
Silence is a prison.
You remember I said last week,
It's
and by
liberation.
silence, man. Listen,
Yep.
here's an opportunity to get some help.
Mm.
At least bring some exposure to it. Even in the, dealing with the battered women's shelter, Brighter Tomorrows. There have been individuals, ladies that been beaten on all this time, and you being quiet because what he's been doing it, and then there's those ladies that went to get seeking protection, and then the system said, well, did he put his hands on you? They said no, but he's talking. Okay, then, but when he put his hands on you, it was too late, cause yeah. Listen, I see Pastor Turner done chimed in. And I'm saying, and then there are situations now that the lady caused it. Now I'm just don't think it was just always the man, because there were some situations that I had to deal with in the battered women's shelter where it was the ladies, and the kids told.
Coach, let me untie this phone so we can have some other callers call in.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's Anthony London
All
who
right.
chimed in, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna be listening. I'm on here, y'all.
And so
Thank y'all for letting me
thank
call
you.
in.
Hey man, thank you for chiming in, Anthony. Hey man, and I want you to know everything you've been sending in everywhere. Oh, I take it to heart. That's why I hit you with what I hit you with earlier.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, so don't think that it's heartfelt, man. You got to know me to know me.
That,
yes, sir.
Believe that, man.
Yeah.
All right, Miss, what's your name is again? I'm sorry.
Linda Little.
Miss Linda?
Linda. Yes.
All right, Miss Linda, I got the website, don'ttouchme.wicked.
Wiki. Yep.
.wiki.
Yep.
We gonna man, you like the coach, so we gonna be in touch, man. You stay safe and take care of that baby.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Then, can you see what Pastor Turner writ?
No, I can't see any comments.
Oh, you can't see any comment. There's a part we play, and when that part is played, that's when God makes his play. He said, be encouraged, sister. I'm going to read it again. There is a part we play. And when that part is played, that's when God makes his play.
I like that.
Hope you received that. That's from Pastor Turner, the real Turner. Mm-hmm. Pastor Turner, call in. Call in.
Yeah, I received that.
See if it's Horn checked in. Pastor Turner, call in if you can. You received that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Because there's a part we have to
And
do.
that's why I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I've surrendered my situation to God. I'm doing what I need to do to help others and to put measures in place to protect, to make sure that other kids don't experience what mine or others before mine have experienced. To do my part, that just like he said, there's a part we all have to play. And everybody listening, we all have a responsibility. We are all connected. And when we turn the other way because we don't think it's happening to us, it's only a matter of time before it
Wow.
does.
And you say every 5, mean every 5, there's
One out
one,
of five.
one out of 5.
And every 9 minutes, a child is sexually abused. We've been on here, I don't know how many minutes. Think about how many children
While we've been talking about it.
while we've been talking.
And let me ask this, and I know in a lot of cases, we got a caller. I know in a lot of caller.
Good evening, Coach.
Good evening, Pastor Turner. Linda Little, there's
Sir.
Pastor Turner.
Yeah, I've been just sitting here listening and lifting this matter up. And that's what the Spirit gave me. And I believe that's what's important for everyone in every situation like that and like others. There's a part that we have to play because it's incumbent upon us to do our part. And once we've done our part, that's when God moves in. Because the natural is our responsibility, and the divine is God's. And once we've done what is naturally ours to do, that's the time when the passage that says, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, that's when that part kicks in. So I just want Sister Linda to be encouraged, because many times when it seems like it's taking a long time, God is working in the background to pull all the parts together so that when he moves, it will be quickly.
Yeah,
Wow.
I received that.
You
I
said
do.
quickly, like it's over.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Coach. It's like when a person is looking for a mate in life. A lot of time we think it's taking a long time, but what's happening, God is preparing that individual for that person, and at the same time, he's preparing that person for the one that's looking.
Wow.
And so when the preparation is done, that's the time for the gathering. Because he always, you said it before, his timing is always right. And
Yes.
in the church we've said it, and a lot of times we don't understand the spirit of it. He may not come when you want him, but he's right on time.
He's right on time.
That's what a lot of church folks say. But when you understand the spirit of those words, you gain strength to wait, because he is always right on time. So that's why I ended that statement with be encouraged, because once again, and at the fear of being, well, I'm gonna be just who I am. All things do work together for the good of those that love the Lord and are the called according to his purpose. But we still have to do our fighting. It's not all left up to him. We have to do our fighting, and based on what I'm hearing, Sister Linda is doing her fighting. And I sense in my spirit that her fighting time is shortly going to be over, and that's when God's going to move.
Ah,
Wow.
I received that.
So, Pastor, since you say you've been listening, how profound, how outrageous, how crazy, how whatever it is, I don't have the words for it, that this thing is. For her, doing what she does for others with the same situation. But for her, it's like, you heard, it's nothing being done.
Once again,
Yeah.
there are some things that are being set in order. You all said it earlier. There's a whole lot of parts and a whole lot of people that
Levels.
you know, when a rancher gets ready for a cattle drive, he doesn't take just some of his cattle. He has to round up all of his herd.
Okay.
And most of the time, all of the cattle are not in one place. Some are scattered out and they're hiding out in a different pasture. So I said that to say this. When the drive begins, it's they don't give favor, didn't say head them up and move them out, but part of the herd.
It's all
They
of
had
them.
went out and rounded. They had went out and rounded up all of them. So what's happening in the invisible realm? That's an ingathering. When the next time we hear about it, when it's all said and done, that's when all of the cows are gonna have a bell on them.
Yeah.
That's what. See, right now, they got some over in the north pasture. They got some hiding down in the gully. But when God, see, her move was to expose, and that's, as you stated earlier, there's some others who are sitting back and they haven't done their part. So God is not going to get ahead of us.
Whoa.
And those that are listening to your show tonight, some of them, God's been prompting them to say something. And they haven't. And so God is not going to move on their behalf until they say something. And I believe Sister Linda's on this show tonight as the catalyst for others. Now, and I'll say this too, and you know, in my spirit, there are a lot of parents who are hindering the process. Not understanding that it's not about you or your family or your prestige, it's about your child.
Right.
And you know, there's some folk, you know, well, you know, that's going to put a blemish. Yeah, the blemish is you not standing with your child and allowing your child to speak their truth so that they can be helped.
That's right.
So, Pastor, what you're saying, correct me now. I'm not saying nothing because I don't want to make it look like our family going through some situations like this. It's going to make our family look like, yeah, instead of saying,
Exactly.
this is what my child is going through.
Exactly.
Wow.
The welfare and the future well-being of the child has to be preeminent. That has to be the thing that's where the concern needs to be.
Because right now there's a mental scar is being built in this child, those children.
Exactly. And the longer it goes untreated, we all know this. You know, it's in the medical field, physical field. It's also in the spirit realm. Because if it isn't dealt with in the event that child, And see, whether it's a male or a female, they grow up and they marry. They bring that into their lives, their posterity. There's a DNA that comes with us naturally. And there's a DNA that's imposed upon us by the things that happen to us in life.
So that's when you hear somebody saying breaking that generational curse, or somebody saying, well, my mama, they dealt with it. She put up with it.
Exactly.
We can do it. That don't make it right, but that's what happens. Okay.
Exactly.
He's speaking truth today. Because the American Academy of Pediatrics has said that childhood trauma is the number one unaddressed public health crisis in America. Childhood trauma is the root cause of substance use disorders, mental illness, murders. The social ills that we see in our society is rooted in childhood trauma.
Exactly. And those who carry that spirit, they will continue it until they're stopped. And that's why Sister Linda's fight is so important.
Because
I can't fight alone, though. I need people to fight with me.
Exactly.
So I'm encouraging the listeners and everybody who can hear this to go to don'ttouchme.wiki and join this movement. It's just a little short form you fill out. You don't even have to put your whole name. Just put your first name if you want to. We just need the legislators to know that this is not just a campaign for me and my organization, that the public cares about this issue and wants them to make changes. That's why we did that survey in Michigan.
You're saying it's not acceptable what y'all are doing.
Right.
You're telling them it's not acceptable.
It's time to make a change. The system is broken. It needs to be fixed. Because you're going to have people who violate other people. That's just that's the nature of humanity. You always have light and darkness, right? So the system is supposed to be designed to keep order and to protect others who are vulnerable to being violated.
Okay.
The system is designed for that, and it's failing miserably.
Hey, Pastor Turner.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Watch this. What about the pastors in the churches, man?
Well, I was just about to say this. I'm going to be an advocate because I'm going to contact the website and put my name on the list, and I'm going to encourage the members of my congregation.
Right, but okay, there we go.
And any other pastors that I know, I'm going to spread this information.
But and that's what I'm saying. Pastors of all these mega churches, and we're not talking about. Okay, we're talking about the kids that are already involved, or the families that are already involved in this situation. But what about the ones we're trying to keep from becoming part of this?
Exactly.
So I'm saying I'm thinking, boy, if all these church pastors get involved, the legislators, they have to listen. Now, you're telling them to listen. You're telling them you're going to listen. I would think that.
Coach, what's so important? What's so important is, and this is what, in my experience, this is what we see sometimes, is that, I hate to say it, but it's true. There are pastors that have their agenda,
Okay.
and that's all.
Their agenda, and that's all.
That's all. It's their agenda. If that's not on their agenda, no matter, listen, they
Man.
could have 20 situations sitting in their pews every Sunday, just like Sister Linda's situation.
Well, cool.
But
Pastor,
because that's not a part of their agenda,
their agenda.
yeah, they've got this piece that they're focusing on, and that's it. So what I can do is I can share how important it is with those who have like minds. Is Jesus saying to his disciples, you go and you share, and those that hear you, you return your peace, and those that don't, you shake the dust off of your feet and you go on to the next one.
That's right.
Some folk we have to shake dust on.
Yeah. And let God handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so those who are on this call tonight, now I'm just gonna say this, and you all need to take it for what it is. You are on this call and you're listening because of a divine appointment and agenda. And God has brought it to our attention because he wants us to be about it.
That's deep.
It's not by accident that those who are listening and those who will listen, it's not an accident that you were brought into this discussion, this life matter.
Life matter. No commercials in this.
Esther, they're here for such a time as this.
Exactly. And I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay in here, but I just believe somebody else is gonna call and speak to this. Some victim is gonna call in.
Pastor, you know what? And maybe not even call in. I'm gonna tell you the reason why, because I got on the situation 2 weeks ago when she actually when she was telling the story, and then when she decided to say the person I'm talking about is me, herself, I got 3 calls after the fact.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So they there. They whomever it is, they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you're saying, oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. It was this tonight was designed to expose something. Man, people use this statement at funerals, and I tell folks, you all not to even say it anymore because everybody knows it. But God did not make a mistake with this.
Whoa.
With this tonight.
No.
It had a divine purpose, and before time, God established that this would be happening tonight on this night. I'll leave it at that.
You're absolutely right, Pastor Turner. And I'll say to people listening, because you just brought up a point, we don't, there's not enough tools and resources to educate the public about this issue. So on our website, we have information, statistics, resources, videos, all kinds of tools that people are free to take and use to educate the public about this issue, because everybody needs to know what abuse is, what the behaviors and traits of predators look like, the signs and symptoms if your child, is not an all-inclusive list because you can't include everything, but at least some common triggers to let a parent know or anybody know that this
Mm,
child is in trouble so that somebody can take action? Because it takes all of us. That African proverb that says it takes a
exactly.
village, it
Village.
truly takes a village. It really does.
Wow. You're right. You are so right. And those who are in my and Coach Fly's generation, we experienced that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now we talk about it all the time. You
Absolutely.
get 5, 6 whippings on your way home from school
What? Man.
because everyone in the neighborhood was your family,
Yeah.
and they knew what your parents allowed and did not allow, and they had a standing
Yeah.
permission to do what needed to be done
Yeah.
if they saw us out of line,
And was not
and we
questioned.
knew it.
Yeah.
And was not questioned
I
about it.
just published a book
Exactly.
about that, Pastor Turner. Check out my book, The Community We Lost, on Amazon. It's about
Okay.
just that.
Okay. And my daughter is the executive director of special needs for the Cedar Hill Independent School District, and she's AKA.
Mhm.
I'm going to put her in touch with that website, so
Okay.
her sisterhood can get engaged.
Mm.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
and I think there's so many service organizations that can make an impact because they're all over the world. They've got branches all over the United States.
Well,
You know,
Pastor, just
so
like they do that, what is it, in October, the breast cancer,
yes,
you know,
yes,
just hitting,
yes.
while I'm sitting and writing, off the top of my head, why don't we do a movement, Don't Touch Me Wiki?
Mm,
Yeah.
Why don't we do a
that
movement, man? I'm always a trendsetter. I know I'm a trendsetter. I know this. Why don't we do a
yeah,
movement? Yeah, we can do a movement,
yeah.
and we'll come
A
up with some
walk, a
colors. And
5K walk, or something like that. Yeah.
Linda, you go out the way, Linda. We got this. Uh, we got this.
Hands off.
Some men got this right here, and yeah, you gonna do your part, and we can start a movement, man. And no, I'm just messing with you, Linda. We're gonna start a movement.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You already know. You know how I move, don't you? Yeah, cause
Yeah, yeah.
it hit my spirit,
Wow.
and I know you hear me, Anthony. It
So
hit my spirit.
yeah.
Yeah, don't touch me,
I have to
Wiki.
ask you this, Miss
We
Linda.
we be we be the
Do you have
Dallas
a
chapter,
T-shirt?
Texas chapter. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. There you go.
Do you have a T-shirt?
I do.
With that
All
on it.
right.
Yeah. With the logo on
Oh
it.
yeah.
See, I got
Oh
one.
yeah.
I got one. I've been waiting to start it. It's called "Let It Go." Gone on.
See. That's good.
Mm.
That's good. We need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let it
And
go.
okay.
Gone on.
That
See,
Yeah.
that way. Cause what I'm seeing in my spirit is there need to be branches all over the country.
branches.
Yeah.
See,
That is my vision. That's what I see. Yeah.
see, she said vision, and that's what you got to have is vision.
Something.
You have to have
Something.
vision. See, I
Okay.
already see some warriors on the ground. So I hear you, Anthony London. Yeah, I already see some. Yeah, okay.
And when men stand
Coach,
up,
I'm
because
gonna
like
stay
you
with
said,
you all, but I'm gonna open this line so that someone else can call in.
But I see Mother Son writing and checked in. Yes, it's on. I see it. Ooh wee. Yeah, we about to go off now because it's time for some other work to go to work. Uh, London already, yeah, it's
Went by so fast, Russell.
no, it's another movement that took place that I just had to sit here and listen. See, when you understand what needs to be understood, then you can move on it. Because I know people in place out there listening. I know this. Sometimes people are like, well, it's not happening with me right now, or with them, or whatever the case. But it's happening. And see, when it start happening with you, it's too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
So,
Yeah.
last words, London. We're gonna talk. You know, we're gonna talk. This is gonna happen. It's not if it can, if it will. No, it's gonna happen.
I just have to say that we have a responsibility as parents, as adults, to protect children, not just our children, all children.
Yeah, yeah, and we're
all
not talking about, and this is no color thing either.
no color.
Because if it's a
either.
color thing,
No,
I don't want to deal with it if it's a color
no,
thing.
no. This is just children.
Children.
Every child deserves to be protected. They can't protect themselves from adults. They can't.
I
And
want
so
you to.
we have a responsibility to do that.
I want you to. For me, I want you to explain wiki. I got the "Don't Touch Me" down, but what's the wiki?
So
And don't
that's
and don't go to
it's
wiki song. Explain.
I was gonna say that.
Nah, no, don't. I just want you to explain. Help me because I'm gonna come up with something if you don't have one for wiki.
It's really simple. Don't Touch Me came to me. There's a video
I got the "Don't Touch Me" covered. I want the wiki.
because don'ttouchme.com was taken. Don'ttouchme.org was taken. Don'ttouchme.wiki was available. It's just a website. A lot of people
Say,
don't know.
oh, so you don't have.
Wiki is just another extension of a website. That's
Okay,
all.
so wiki finna come up with if you don't have a word for wiki, WIKI. Okay, you don't have it. You don't have it. I got you. You're not creative like that. I got you.
That's a word for wiki.
Yeah, you're not creative. You're
I
not
have
creative.
the song.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know Coach Fly got it. She's not creative. She gonna use the song. It's already taken. But anyway, don't touch me. That wiki. It'll stay wiki, but wiki gonna have appreciation.
Yes.
It's gonna be off the chain too. Yeah. WIKI. And I own the copyrights to it. Thank you very much. Yeah. Don't touch me that way.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah,
Coach
last
Fly. I
words.
really appreciate it. I just want to encourage everybody to go to don'ttouchme.wiki, explore the website. There's resources, information. I promise you, you will walk away with something you didn't know before. Spread the word. Let's educate our communities. Let's protect our children together. This is not just my issue. This is all of our issues. Because if we don't protect our children, they grow up to be adults, and we will interact with them, people who have unhealed issues that are impacting the rest of our society. The costs of healthcare for substance use disorders, mental health issues, chronic diseases is all tied to childhood trauma. So we can do something to prevent this generation from experiencing what past generations have, and it's 100% preventable. If we take a stand in our society and say it is unacceptable, it will not be tolerated that people harm children. That seems so simple.
Linda, what is your daughter's mental right now?
She is, usually when these things happen to children, especially if it's prolonged trauma, if it happens one time, there's one reaction. But if it's prolonged trauma, the experts say you may not see the results until later on because they don't know how to process that. Children don't react immediately to trauma. They suppress it. They push it deep down, and then it comes out later in other ways. So my goal is to make sure that my child talks about it and gets it out in therapy and other ways so that they can process it in a healthy way and not have it come out in unhealthy ways.
Okay. And to my audience, since Pastor Turner already jumped out in the street on me, to the audience, y'all take that wiki. And next Tuesday when we come on, or y'all know how to hit me on y'all know how to hit me. Because Pastor done kicked in when I kick in. That's his WIKI. And we're going to go with the best name out there with that wiki. Since Pastor, so we're going to go with, see, don't touch me. It's going to still stay, don't touch me, .wiki. But wiki going to have a name. Yeah. Pastor Turner went when I kick in.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't, you got to come up with yours too, Linda. So y'all come up with your, and it probably going to be, you know what, it's going to be a prize.
Mm-hmm.
Who got the best? Yeah, we're going to make it fun while we take care of business.
I like that.
WIKI. Yeah, I'm going to say Mac. I know Mac going to win anyway. Yeah. Don't.
The judge. If you're the judge, of course yours is going to
Yeah,
win.
yeah. I'm like I say, but I want to see what. Yeah. WIKI. Oh, I got. Get your pen and papers together and write it down. I'll write it down and then have it ready for next Tuesday. You got plenty of time. Linda, thanks for being on. We'll talk. It's been real. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to all your listeners.
Yeah, go
I
to work.
appreciate this village, this community.
And ladies and gentlemen, God saying the same. We'll be back. You've been listening to the On Your Mark podcast show, sports, business, community, entertainment, just a people's show. I've been your host, Coach Fly A. And listen, I know y'all seeing my birthday deal. It's my, listen, boy, I'm humbled and I'm grateful to all the birthday wishes and boy, but do understand it's Friday, July the 18th. So I want y'all to keep this same energy, keep this vibes, keep this same love for Friday. So, boy, keep it. Hey, love y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all be blessed.